Hello friends, this is RV Ashwini Rastogi. We are registered valuer with the IBBI. We are here discussing share valuation, why share valuation needed, and who can value when it is required to be valued. So this is a small video. Hope so. Your most of the query is concluded. There is lot of query in the market. So just we are discussing what is the share valuation and why company need valuation. So Shipra, she is my office colleague. So what is the share valuation, please?
So shares can be categorized in two forms: equity
Equity
share
or
capital,
preference?
preference share capital.
So preference
It
share can
means
be redeemable or irredeemable, but equity is having a voting right or non-voting right.
it means a share in the share capital of the company, including stocks. So issue of shares, why and who? Companies issue shares to raise money from investors who tend to invest their money. This money is then used by companies for the development and growth of their businesses. One more reason could be to avoid debts.
Yeah, so basically investor want to invest either in the form of debt they earn interest. But if they invest as a form of equity, so companies
Maybe
need to
limited.
issue
Limited.
share, and share can be issued at premium or at face value. At the time of incorporation there is a face value, but at the time of after incorporation there is a company great plan, and that we need to do valuation. So when the valuation is required, and when the company to whom should go give the valuation.
So it's
So
limited companies and
there is a two type of company: limited company and
private
private
limited
limited
companies.
company. Under the private limited company, we private limited company cannot issue share to the normal public company. There is a restriction of 200 number of
Shareholder.
shareholder. So under the limited company they can issue share to the any publicly.
Like comprising of friends, relatives,
Yes, yes.
business partners, and it cannot be make issue to public, and number of shareholders are restricted to 200.
So, under the Company Act, Section 62(1)(c) says that if company want to further issue share, they have to give a preference to the existing shareholder only. If they want to not give a preference to the existing shareholder, they have to they can give a preferential allotment or private allotment to other than existing. For that purpose they have to do valuation, they have to get valuation certificate. So under the Company Act 62(1)(c) says if company is giving some kind of preferential allotment or some kind of private allotment, private placement, then they need the valuation certificate from the registered valuer. So
So now it's we come to on the types of share issues.
yes.
So initial public offering (IPOs) is when an unlisted company makes a fresh issue of shares or offers for sale its existing shares to the public. IPO is the first step in listing and trading of a company share in a stock market. So further issue can be right issue, preferential allotments, bonus shares, sweat equity shares, employee stock option scheme, private placements.
So under the bonus, if company issue bonus share, no need to valuation. If company given a right issue to the existing shareholder, no need valuation certificate. But if they given a preferential allotment or private placement and sweat equity share, ESOP, then they need as per the Company Act valuation certificate from the registered valuer. So company is two type: listed company, unlisted company. Unlisted company follow Company Act, and listed company also need to follow ICDR. So as per the unlisted company, they need the valuation certificate from the RB as per section 62(1)(c). Now we move to rule 13 sub rule 2 says if a company is listed company, then no need registered valuer certificate. If a listed company, no need registered valuer certificate. So then listed company need to follow ICDR of SEBI. ICDR regulation 164 regulation of ICDR says if a company is for their share is frequently traded. So we need to check the what is the meaning of frequently traded. Frequently traded share mean turnover of shares in the stock exchange more than 10% exceeded, then it tantamount to frequently traded. Suppose company has 1 crore number of share and more than 10 lakh is traded at the stock exchange, then it will be treated as frequently traded. Then in that case, frequently traded listed company frequently traded shares value should be higher of 26 week weighted average share price or 2 week weighted average share price, whichever is higher. So in case of listed company, we don't need to go with the RB. Simply as per regulation 164 of we need to follow SEBI ICDR. But in respect of unlisted company, preferential allotment or private placement, we need to get RB certificate for the compliance of Company Act.
So the question arises, how is the price of share is determined in these cases?
So basically we have discussed already. So as per the FEMA, under the FEMA, they have defined chartered accountant. Chartered accountant give a certificate, and under the Income Tax Act, section rule 11 UA, it says if company issuing a share capital, then they need to do valuation. As per section 57 subsection 2 says if company is accepting any money, suppose company face value is 10, fair value is 100, but company issue share at 150, 100, 200, then over and above the fair value is treated as income from other sources under section 57(2). So 57(2) says फेयर वैल्यू से जब आप ज़्यादा नहीं ले सकते, तो फेयर वैल्यू के लिए आपको वैल्यू अराइव करनी होगी, तो उसके लिए आप रूल 11 UA में आपको फेयर वैल्यू डिसाइड करनी है कि आपकी जो है फेयर वैल्यू क्या है। तो उसके लिए वहाँ पर उन्होंने डिफाइन किया मर्चेंट बैंकर और अकाउंटेंट। मर्चेंट बैंकर कैन गिव वैल्यूशन ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ DCF technique, but accountant can give only on the basis of NAV. So this is the important thing. So whenever company issue share for the purpose of income tax, we need to go with the chartered accountant only for NAV, and for the Company Act we need certificate from the RB. So chartered accountant cannot give valuation under the rule 11 UA as per DCF. As per DCF only can merchant banker do the certification. So now you carry on merger acquisition when the certificate is required.
The other reasons for valuations.
Yes.
Merger, amalgamation or restructuring under section 230, 232 requiring a valuation of assets or sharing, or requiring a swap ratio to be calculated for a share swap on merger of two companies.
So as per the Company Act section 232, when there is a merger amalgamation in the company, we need to decide the swap ratio. What will be the swap ratio for exchanging of shares by the transferee company to transferor company, and swap ratio need to be determined by the RB only, registered valuer, who is specialized in SFA valuation.
In acquisition of minorities,
so minority, in case of minority interest as per
under
section
section
236,
236 by existing
also we need to
shareholders
give a certificate as from the RB.
who hold over 90% of the company
Yes,
share.
yes, 10% is minority.
So allotment of shares for considering other than cash.
Yeah, whenever there is a some kind of transfer you need to go with the section 47, any kind of succession, partnership into company, LLP into company, and private proprietorship into company. Some asset is transferred or unsecured loan is unsecured loan converted into capital other than cash. Pass 3 is filed other than cash. Pass 3 is allotment of shares. Then we need certificate from the registered valuer only.
Buyback of shares from some or all shareholders under section 68.
And liquidation under the IBC.
Under the.
Voluntary liquidation we need to RB certificate also.
So
What is the method?
methods of valuation.
So
Market method,
as
income
per
method.
as a valuer,
Net
we need
assets.
to follow international valuation standard. Valuation standard issued by the ICAI RVO. So as per the valuation standard says, it can be market method, income method,
net
or net
assets
asset method. And as per the market method, it can be comparable transaction method or comparable company method. Can be EBITDA multiple, revenue multiple, or earning multiple. Under the income method, that is mostly followed under the
Discounted cash flows.
DCF is mostly followed for the purpose of share valuation. So
Capitalizing method.
Yeah.
Dividend discount method. DDM.
So net asset method is kind of intrinsic value, book value.
Net
So,
worth or appraisal values method.
Yeah. So in nutshell, we is concluded here. Whenever you allot the share, you need the valuation certificate. Valuation certificate need from RB, MB, chartered accountant, and as per the law. And also in case of debt, we need a certificate from the RB also. Trust debenture trustee is appointed by the foreign investor. Foreign investor is require their security of asset, so RB can issue a certificate. And valuer bill is also pending with the parliament. Once the valuer bill approved, the all places where the chartered accountant company secretary is defined, so RB will be replaced. So they at this juncture of time, there is a ambiguity when we need valuation certificate from the RB, when we need certificate from the merchant banker. So in short time, definitely government is make a amendment in the company act, SEBI, and at every level, so that specialized get prevail. And important thing is recently there is a, in case of PNB housing, they have a frequently traded shares. SEBI says whenever company issue shares, they have to follow ICDR. As per ICDR, 26 week or 2 week, whichever is higher, is need to be considered. But the question arises that PNB housing issued shares at 390. So government some question arises that control premium need to be added back. So for that purpose, we need a certificate also. But the SEBI and said PNB housing is correctly calculated the value as per the SEBI ICDR, so they don't need RB. But what I am suggesting here, that whenever there is a further issue of shares in this PNB housing case, preferential allotment, definitely some control premium need to be added. So we cannot go blankly take a weighted average of last 26 week share price. So if you are issuing some control level interest to the shareholder, then control premium needs to be added. Who can decide the control premium? Only the expert, merchant banker, lead merchant banker, or RB can be specialist. So I request to the government, come out with the clarity when the valuation is required and who will be expert. So thank you.